In this class, we are going to see the pole placement technique. Under pole placement technique, we are going to discuss on these three topics. That is full state feedback. What is meant by full state feedback? What is meant by a closed loop system? What is open loop system? So the concept of what will happen to the system stability when you are connecting the system under closed loop condition and open loop condition. Because connecting a system under closed loop condition is very important, and utilizing the feedback from output is also important to maintain the stability of the system. So what is meant by full state feedback? The full state feedback is nothing but it is just like your pole placement technique, because the location of the pole has to be placed in case of your pole placement technique to maintain the stability of the system. And as we discussed earlier, there are two approaches. The pole placement technique is similar to that of the root locus approach. The difference between your pole placement technique and root locus approaches, in root locus only two dominant poles can be placed, whereas in case of pole placement technique, all the essential closed loop poles are placed at the desired locations, so that we will have a complete stability of the system. So full state feedback is also known as a pole placement technique, where we will be using a feedback control system theory to place the closed loop poles at the predetermined location in the S-plane. Whereas in case of root locus approach, only two dominant poles is placed in omega S, in S-plane. Placing the poles at the desired location corresponds directly to the eigenvalues, and also we know that how to identify the eigenvalues, and using the methods like direct decomposition method, transformation matrix method, and Ackermann's formula, it is possible for us to identify the location of the poles from the desired eigenvalues. So it is a simple system that causes an open loop. So here you have an integrator and it is your input. So B is the gain and A is also a gain. So here you will get X dot. After X dot, if you use an integrator, here you will get X. To this X, if you use a feed, if you connect a gain A, you will get AX, because the nominal state equation X dot is equal to AX plus BU. So for this particular equation, the state diagram is shown over here. The state diagram shown here is meant for the state equation and output equation Y is equal to C into X. So looking at this complete diagram, so when you look at this particular diagram, it is very clear that when you look at this state diagram, it is very clear that the systems are connected only in open loop condition. So when the systems are connected in open loop condition, as the value at the input is increasing, so when the value at the input is increasing, the output causes oscillations. So this oscillations should not be there in case of any system. That is why instead of open loop, connecting the complete design system in open loop, we are going for closed loop. So in closed loop, the feedback part plays a vital role. So next diagram, what I am going to show, it is a system with state feedback. It is your closed loop system. When you see over here, you could see it is the input. This complete part states with your state equation, and Y is equal to Cx. It is your output equation. This part, it is your output equation, and this part stands for your state equation. These two without any loop, it is shown over here. Now I need to have a closed loop. That is, I wanted to connect my output to the input. It means I can connect one function called K. K is the gain which is connected at the feedback from output to the input. Because if any output is getting oscillated, the oscillation in the output is taken as the reference and it is given to the input for correction purpose. Therefore, after giving the feedback, the equation lambda I, it is the characteristics equation, lambda I minus A is equal to 0. It is the characteristics equation that defines the closed loop poles. So from this you can identify, it is possible for us to identify the closed loop poles lambda. With this, it is the value of lambda will define your eigenvalues, and from this you are going to identify your location. So when you are utilizing only this particular equation, it is mainly meant for open loop. In case of closed loop, the equation is changed as lambda I minus A plus bk. Why? Because I have connected a gain k towards your input as a correction factor. Therefore, the error in your characteristics equation can be written as lambda I minus A plus bk is equal to 0. Using this characteristics equation, it is possible for us to identify the characteristics polynomial, and from a closed loop poles given in the problem, it is possible for us to obtain the desired characteristics equation. Comparing the desired characteristics equation with the original characteristics polynomial equation, it is possible for us to obtain the state feedback gain called k. So here the identifying the value of gain k is not a trial and error approach as in case of your controllers what we have done before. Here accurate value of gain can be calculated with the available parameter of your poles and the eigenvalues. So if your closed loop pole, so whatever I have explained here it has been specified with the equation x dot is equal to ax plus bu, it is the normal state equation. Y is equal to cx plus du, it is your output equation. These two equations represents the normal state equation and output equation. When you equate Si minus A is equal to 0, it is the characteristics polynomial equation for an open loop system. In case if I wanted to go for a closed loop system, I want to use u is equal to minus k into x. Why? Because I wanted to take a variation in the parameter from your state variable to the input. When your output is going to drive the complete system, then it is possible for us to obtain the state feedback gain. So u is equal to minus k into x. X dot is equal to, when you solve this, when you put u is equal to kx in your original state equation and output equation, it is possible for us to obtain the value x dot is equal to a minus bk into x, y is equal to c minus dk. Now you can consider the nth order single input and single output system with a state feedback. It is the state diagram, simple state diagram that represents your state equation and output equation without any feedback. As discussed before, it is going to be your x dot and you are going to use one integrator. Output of the integrator is going to be x. When I multiply x with again a, I am going to get ax. So output of this is going to be ax, and if I connect this ax to the summing point where we have bu, so x dot is equal to ax plus bu, the summation of these two parameters, and y is equal to cx. This particular system, it is for nth order single input single output system without state feedback. And also when we design a system, we cannot confine our analysis only towards single input and single output system. We have to expand our ideas towards multiple input and multiple output system, which we will be discussing later in this chapter. When you put a state variable, so if all the state variables are represented as x1, x2, xn, then accurately it could be measured by using a control input, control loop, that is u is equal to minus kx. If x is going to be your state variable and if the number of state variables is going to be x1, x2 and it goes on till xn, and if you apply a control law u is equal to minus k into x, then my u will be equal to minus k1 x1, because how many number of state variables are there, those many gains it can appear. So we can write it as u is equal to minus k1 x1 minus k2 x2 minus k3 x3 minus, and it goes on till kn xn. So it depends upon the number of state variables available in the system. Therefore, the control signal obtained from an instantaneous state, hence it is called as your feedback, because I am going to obtain the output from your by using with the feedback. And also after substituting u is equal to minus kx control law in your state equation, you will be getting x dot is equal to ax plus, in the place of u, you substitute it as minus k into x. After resolving, you will get a minus bk into x. When you draw the state diagram for the system, for the plant, how many number of state variables you are having, those many state feedbacks you will be getting, and that should be taken as a error input towards your input. This is the diagram representing the control configuration for a state regulator. And the stability analysis can be done. Stability and the transient response characteristics are determined by the eigenvalues A minus Bk. In case of your open loop system, the stability and transient response characteristics is identified with lambda I minus A is equal to 0. This is in case of your open loop. Okay, whereas in case of your closed loop, it is identified as lambda I minus A plus Bk is equal to 0. So the characteristics polynomial equation for a state feedback system is identified by using lambda I minus A plus Bk is equal to 0. So the stability and transient response characteristics are determined by means of the eigenvalues given over here, which is called as your regulator poles. The problem of placing the closed loop poles at the desired location is called as your pole placement problem. Thank you, students.